a man that killed numerous victims and has never been found, to a mysterious man that was captured on film during the JFK assassination that has never been identified. We take a look at 5 of the most mysterious people of all time. Number 5. Tank Man. The Tiananmen Square protest of 1989 was a student-led protest in Beijing. The protest transformed into a slaughter after the Chinese sent in the military in order to enforce martial law. The military was heavily outfitted, and they didn't hesitate in utilizing rifles and tanks against unarmed regular people, out of which the majority were secondary school students. The morning after the significant bloodshed, a man was seen standing in front of the column of Chinese Type 59 tanks, blocking their way. The tanks attempted to avoid the man. However, he continued situating himself in a manner that he prevented their progression. There were many photographs which depict the bravery of the man now largely known simply as the Tank Man. His identity was never found, nor is it known what happened to him after this stunt. Number 4. The Zodiac Killer. The Zodiac Killer is a serial killer who copied from the best. Taking after the behavior of Jack the Ripper, the Zodiac Killer spoke with the police department, teased and provoked them, and furthermore, boasted about the immense numbers of individuals he had murdered without being caught, and thought up his own alias for them to use. The Californian police never caught the killer, nor made sense of who he really was. The Zodiac Killer claimed to have executed 37 individuals, although 7 is the number of casualties the police have conclusively recognized as his. The Zodiac Killer was after couples in and around California. His signature was leaving behind cryptic notes. He was sloppy only once, leaving a survivor behind, who offered the police a physical description of the killer. In any case, the depiction just prompted capture of the majority of the suspects. Yet the killer himself has never been caught. Number 3. CPR Dummies. If you ever had CPR training or worked as a lifeguard, you probably didn't think twice about the dummy you were working with. As it turns out, the face of the widely manufactured rescue dummy is the face of an actual human being. The unknown young lady being referred to is known as the Woman of the Sin, and she was drowned in Paris in the late 1800s. Her killer was never found. However, her beauty turned out to be more famous after death than it ever was amid her lifetime. The coroner her body was taken to was so entranced by her face that he had a plaster cast formed after it. The delightful mold didn't go unnoticed, and numerous others made the same unpleasant request. Having a mask based on the mystery girl's face became a huge trend in France and Germany, and for a long while it was quite a morbid must-have accessory. The trend eventually died off, and it was a Norwegian toy maker who brought it back into circulation when he decided to make the CPR dummies by using the same old mold. Number 2. D.B. Cooper. There is one man in U.S. aviation history that hijacked a plane and got away with it. In 1971, a man who went under the alias of Dan Cooper commandeered a Boeing 727 between Oregon and Washington. He extorted $200,000 in ransom, which is equal to $1 million today. After he got the money, Cooper parachuted out of the plane, despite the fact that some hypothesized that surviving such a fall with so much weight strapped to his body was impossible. Cooper has never been found, living or dead. The FBI pursued the case relentlessly, and nearly 1,000 suspects were questioned. However, the genuine Cooper has not been found. It is a rare example of the perfect crime. Number 1. The Umbrella Man. One of the most infamous moments in modern history is definitely the assassination of John F. Kennedy. The event was recorded, and the video has been scrutinized numerous times. During the thorough analysis of the footage, all persons captured on film were investigated for their potential involvement. But one of them was never accounted for: the famous Umbrella Man. The Umbrella Man is seen in quite a few photographs from that day, and present on video footage taken from certain angles. What is particularly curious about this man is the fact that he held his umbrella throughout the entire event, even though the sky was clear and there was no reason at all to anticipate rain. He held his open umbrella high during the very shooting, but it was seconds before the president was shot that he spun the umbrella clockwise after the assassination. The man sat down on the sidewalk, and after a while he got up and went to the Texas School Book Depository. All this time, he and his umbrella were inseparable. His identity has never been discovered.